Hey traders, before we move on with the rest of this video, make sure you go check out the TradeNet intro package. For the next 2 days, for the rest of this month, it's only $375. The max loss is $700, so almost twice as much, and the funded account comes with $14,000 in buying power to trade with, no PDT rule, pretty cheap commissions, a trading course, chat room, demo account, plus more for less than $400. I think the risk reward just makes tons of sense for new traders, and so if you want to check that out, I'll include a link in the description. Also, go check out the Trading Challenge. That's completely free to enter, and at the very least, you'll get a demo account for a few days. But if you make $500 in net profits by the finish, you win access to a $14,000 funded intro account. And so I'll include that link in the description as well. So thanks for watching and enjoy this video. Alright guys, so as you can see, I'm shorting GRUB, and then this is another one of those range-bound trades that I've been taking more and more lately. You can see I have a pretty obvious risk level up here at 77.80, and I may scale into it up to that level, and then I'm just going to set my reward target, my preferred reward target down here at 55, but I'll probably take profits along the way there as well at major support like 77 and 75 and stuff like that, and so we'll see what happens with this one. Alright, there's 04, so I'm going to take a little bit off there. I think I just took 150 shares off at 04, and so I've currently banked a little bit of profits in this one, and I'm still holding 250 shares. And so we'll see what happens with this. I'm still holding most of my sizing, and like I said, the goal for this one is for it to drop back down to 76.50s. That's the main profit target, and so I don't mind adding on subsequent bounces as well, especially considering since I have taken profits in this one somewhat already. Okay, so we are getting a squeeze back up, and so I'm going to add my sizing right back with 150 shares, and so now my full sizing is once again 400 shares, and like I said, I really don't mind adding more and more as this thing bounces up with a main risk level of 77.80 or so. Okay, so the same exact move, I'm going to take another 150 off again there, just like the last time, and now I'm holding another 250 shares. This is the exact same thing I did last time. I'm just trading the range, taking profits at the bottom, and then adding back at the top. And so that's what you ultimately see me doing here, and so far it's been working really well. Of course, we still want to see it come down to 76.50, but as long as we can continue to bank profits, it's not going to turn into a losing trade after this one. Okay, so now we're back down to that 77.08 level, the whole dollar of 77, and what we want to see here is we want to see a break under the whole dollar and then a break down to maybe 75, 76.75, and so that's the level we're going to look to next take profits at, and it looks actually pretty solid right here. It's starting to break down more and more, and again, we want to see that 77 or 76.25 level. Alright, I'm going to take another 100 off there at 97, and so I'm still holding 150 shares, and going to look to take the rest off again at this 75 level, 76.75, and then if I'm still holding any after that, the next step would be 76.50. And so we're just going to continue looking for a breakdown. This is the same range that I've been attacking all day, and this one's finally working out, and so we'll see where it goes. I also could consider adding some size back on any subsequent bounces, and so that is something I'm going to start considering here. Maybe add it back and then use this level up here as my risk level at 77.31. I'm still thinking about it. I'll let you guys know what I decide. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take another 150 shares off there, and again, at this point, I'm just banking profits as it moves down, and then adding to them as it moves up. And that's all I'm doing in this situation. I've currently brought my loss down to $40 on the day, just about, and so I'm just going to keep rinsing and repeating this GRUB trade until it stops working. You know, I was down like 150 bucks. I'm now only down 40 bucks. And again, I'm just going to keep with the same strategy. It's actually putting in lower highs and lower lows, which is great for a short, which means it's in an intraday downtrend. And so I'm just looking to take advantage of the bottom of this range as long as it lets me. Alright, so we're getting some moves back down to the bottom around the whole dollar. Ideally here, we want to see it break underneath the whole dollar of 77, and again, flush down to maybe 76.75, or maybe 76.50 is really the target here for our reward target, our profit target. And so we'll see what happens here. I'm still watching it pretty closely. As you see, I've been scaling in and out of this one, kind of like an ATM. When it moves up and it stays in that range, I add to it, and when it moves back down to the bottom, I take profits. And this works exceptionally well. It's the strategy I've been using for months now, and again, you can see I've made a decent amount of money in the last few months using it. All right, so we're getting pretty close to this breakdown of the whole dollar. It's down to 77.01, but you can see every time it gets close to 77, which is a big psychological level, being the whole dollar, you can see it actually bounces really quick right there. And so what we're looking for the rest of this trade is that breakdown of the whole dollar. It may bounce a few times, and I may actually be able to add to this position on those bounces, but ultimately we do want to see it break the whole dollar of 77. Okay, so there's the breakdown of the whole dollar. At this point, again, I'm looking for that 76.75 level before I take any more profits. But this is the breakdown I wanted to see, and we'll try to give it a little bit of time to see if it actually holds under this level. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out the rest there. I see it possibly bouncing right here, and so I'll definitely take that trade. Again, I can kind of treat it like an ATM machine, and I made 150 bucks from this trade and got myself to essentially break even with only being down $5 in gross profits on the day. Alright guys, so I know I said I wasn't going to get into anything else, but I'm actually going to start scaling into MYL at this point. I'll put MYL on this top chart here. I'm actually going to start scaling into this one. This actually looks like a pretty solid VWAP fade. I'm out. It just squeezed up a little bit too much. Last trade I'm going to go for here is Roku. Frustrated with that one, but it's okay. I still have a little bit of time, but the last trade I'm going to go for here is Roku. It's got a huge range, and so maybe this one can help redeem my day a little bit here. Maybe I'll get 200 shares, try to take a little bit larger swing here, and I'm just going to set a stop loss and walk away from this one. I think Roku will probably end up fading back down just based off of the chart, and so until then, I'll leave the recorder up, and we'll see how this goes for the rest of the day. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take half off here. It worked out actually really beautifully here, and I was able to take half of my position off, and yeah, I'm still holding 200 shares. We're going to see if we can get the breakdown under the 104 level for that whole dollar break now, and we're just going to hold the rest of these to see if we can actually get that. After commissions, I'm probably still down slightly on the day, and so we'll try to give it a little bit more time. Again, see if we can get the breakdown, preferably down to 103, but if we can get 103.50, I'll accept that as well. There's the whole dollar of 104 test. And yeah, I mean, it actually hasn't broken down underneath it yet. We want to see a little bit more volume come in and a much larger breakdown underneath here. It's down to 98 on the ask and 92 on the bid, and so it still has to break down a little bit more to really get past that whole dollar. All right, we're going to let it battle. I mean, we want to see it hold under 104, and that's what we're actually looking for here. It's down to 103.92, so a little bit better here, 90. I'm going to go ahead and take the other half off there. And at this point, I am up $73 on the day, and I have realized $16. And so it's going to be a green day today, guys. If it starts to reverse, I'm just going to exit over the 104 level and preferably look for a much larger breakdown now. So yeah, 104 is my risk. I may let it test, but any significant move over that, and I'm out. All right, I got out there, $63 gain on the day. I'll definitely take it. That should be enough to compensate for commissions, since even with these trades after the stream, I still traded pretty small with all of these, and so we'll see what happens. I may look to get into something else, but I'll definitely take a $63 gain on the day. You can see my profit and loss here. Not too shabby, guys. I'll definitely take it. Again, if you want to see me day trade live, we do it every weekday morning right here on YouTube, so hit that subscribe button. Also, for the next 2 days, you can get the TradeNet packages, the intro package specifically, for $375, and the max loss is $700, so it's good risk reward. It also comes with a trading course, access to a trading chat room, a demo account, plus $14K in buying power with that funded account, and there's no PDT rule. And so again, risk reward wise, I think it makes a ton of sense for new traders, and I'll include that link in the description. Again, that sale was only available for the next 2 days, and so go check that out. Good luck in the markets, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning.